Did you guys know there's a biker gang called Rescue Inc. that breaks up dogfighting rings, confronts animal abusers, confiscates neglected animals, and investigates stolen animals? Oh, the kitties! Oh, he's so cute. After Minnie Cox, the first black female postmaster, was pressured out of her post in Mississippi, President Theodore Roosevelt continued to pay her salary and punish the town by rerouting their mail 30 miles away until they gave her back the position. Theodore Roosevelt, once again, a real one. We love to see it. We love to see it. Group of furries beat a person who was assaulting a homeless man and his dog. I've been saying this, furries are great. Furries are not bad people. They see a dog getting assaulted by a dude, and also a homeless man getting assaulted by a dude, they're gonna beat up that dude, and justifiably so. My foster mother that sent me to conversion therapy wanted to visit me today, and since she doesn't know to work a GPS, she asked me for directions, and now homegirl is on her way to Niagara Falls. If she drowns, free tacos to everyone. Oh. Well, I never got any free tacos. Can I have some? An old Italian gentleman lived alone in New Jersey. He wanted to plant his annual tomato garden, but it was very difficult work, as the ground was hard. His only son, Vincent, who used to help him, was in prison. The old man wrote a letter to his son and described his predicament. Dear Vincent, I'm feeling pretty sad because it looks like I won't be able to plant my tomato garden this year. I'm just getting too old to be digging up a garden plot. I know if you were here, my troubles will be over. I know you'd be happy to dig the plot for me like in old days. Love, Papa. A few days later, he received a letter from his son. Dear Papa, don't dig up that garden. That's where the bodies are buried. Love, Vinny. At 4 a.m. the next morning, FBI agents and local police arrived and dug up the entire area without finding any bodies. They apologized to the old man and left. That same day, the old man received another letter from his son. Dear Papa, go ahead and plant the tomatoes now. That's the best I could do under the circumstances. Love you, Vinny. Free my man Vinny. He did nothing wrong. And now, the guy can plant his tomatoes. I bet they're the best tomatoes ever. Our neighbor kindly came over to spread a grocery bag full of cigarette butts all over our porch today. I live on the street. OP is notorious for flicking their cig butts on the road and sidewalk. This morning, after sweeping up, the guy in the vid volunteered to dump them on his doorstep after a discussion a few of us neighbors had about the issue. I love this. I love this so much. This dude's self-reported. You're the one who's throwing the cigarette butts everywhere? Of course you're gonna get them back on your lawn, you douche. Things my dentist has actually said to me. Well, either the x-rays lied to me or you are spontaneously creating teeth. I'm going with the second one because it's way cooler. When was the last time you flossed? Your gums aren't bleeding, which means I'm either not doing this hard enough or you actually floss your teeth regularly. You don't need to do a fluoride treatment. I just want to go check my Facebook for a second, and this is the best excuse I can come up with. Don't worry, your insurance will cover it. Take a whole handful of toothbrushes. I can't order new ones in less ugly colors until these ones are gone. Remember not to eat or drink anything for half an hour, or actually, forget that. Go eat lemons and drink coffee right now. I make money based on people's bad decisions. You should probably stop brushing your teeth too. I became a dentist because I like making children cry, and they don't let you do that as a regular doctor. Chaotic neutral dentist? Yeah, definitely chaotic neutral dentist. I wish my dentist was like this. Maybe I'd go to him more often. Raw video. Today, armed activists with the group Don't Comply held their annual Feed the Need event where they gave homeless people food, winter clothes, and blankets, a crime in Dallas. The group was armed to deter cops, with one participant even open carrying swords. Las Cruces man breaks into gas station and still pays for cigarettes. Hell yeah, man. They arrested him? He paid. He didn't do anything wrong. Someone broke into my grandma's house while she was gone and shaved the matted fur off her cat. I want to emphasize that the cat was the only thing altered here. Would also like to add that this occurred sometime between 11 p.m. and 9 a.m. We have no leads. The cat is fine and probably appreciates not having a huge mat on his neck, but that's a really weird kind of vigilante justice still. Chaotic good. Hey, cats need to get the matted fur off them. If they're not being brushed or combed or whatever, and they're matted, it's gotta happen one way or another. Dog sneaks out of kennel at night to comfort crying puppies. We don't deserve dogs. We really don't. God, I love dogs. Most of those hostile design benches to keep homeless people from sleeping in public. They are usually just regular benches with the bar in the middle, attached later with a few hex nuts and bolts, not welded. In other words, you can get them off with practically any wrench that fits. I have been liberating my parks in my city all day now. It takes maybe a few minutes for each bench. The only problem is finding a place to dispose of the junk bar when you're done, without loading trash cans past capacity. Anyway, it's easy, it's helpful, and it's praxis. Doing the Lord's work. Anti-homeless architecture is a stain on society. Well, first of all, shouldn't be any homeless people, but the fact that there are, and you're making it so that they can't sleep soundly without having a home, it's messed up, man. Guy does to bank what banks usually do to other people. The idea of beating the banks at their own game may seem like a rich joke, but Dmitry Agarkov, a 42-year-old Russian man, may have managed it. Unhappy with the terms of an unsolicited credit card offer he received from an online bank, Tinkoff Credit Systems, Agarkov scanned the document, wrote in his own terms, and sent it through. The bank approved the contract without reading the amended fine print, unwittingly agreeing to a 0% interest rate, unlimited credit, and no fees, as well as a stipulation that the bank pays steep fines for changing or canceling the contract. Agarkov used the card for 2 years, but the bank ultimately canceled it and sued Agarkov for $1,363. The bank said he owed them charges, interest, and late payment fees. A court ruled that because of the no fee, no interest stipulation Agarkov had written, he owed only his unpaid $575 balance. Now Agarkov is suing the bank for $727,000 for not honoring the contract's terms, and the bank is hollering fraud. They signed the documents without looking. They said what usually their borrowers say in court. We have not read it. Agarkov's lawyer said, the shoe's on the other foot now, eh? Deserved. I hope the banks had to pay this guy $727,000 because he duped them and they deserve it. Please remember that when Doom Guy was ordered to fire on unarmed civilians, he punched his commanding officer, and that's why he was sent to Mars. Be like Doom Guy. A bank robber named Pretty Boy Floyd was known for destroying mortgage papers on heists, freeing hundreds of people from property debt. We need more people like Pretty Boy Floyd. Can someone please help some people out? But he succeeded. Fake doctor arrested in Kenya after performing 8 successful surgeries. At that point, give him the doctorate, man. He's earned it. South LA man high fives and donates to the homeless on wild police chase. Florida man. Is it possible to learn this power? No, Florida men are bad people, for the most part. Have you seen their politicians? Ugh. My ex-girlfriend had a few too many shots of tequila in a party and passed out on the couch. When I went to check her, I noticed she pissed all over the couch. To avoid embarrassments, I filled up a bucket with water and threw it over her to disguise it as a prank. I'm that kind of boyfriend. She still has no idea. Now that's a chaotic good. Chaotic evil. Pissing all over her to disguise the fact that she pissed herself. Honestly, one of them's a lot grosser, but both of them are pretty freaking funny. God says homosexuality is in. Yeah. I worked at McDonald's for 2.5 years, and I put 11 nuggets on almost every 10-piece I made. You're making people's days, man. You know, you're one of the little guys, but you're making a big difference. We're proud to launch one of our most challenging projects to date, the Uncensored Library. We built a virtual library in Minecraft which bypasses press censorship in oppressive regimes. Our library is filled with censored articles, journals, and information on press freedom. Fortunately, Minecraft is still accessible in these countries, so our virtual library creates a back door which allows gamers worldwide to reach this material. I saw this, and this is so crazy. They managed to do this, and it's so freaking awesome. I love this. I downloaded all 10,000 of those ugly lazy lions NFTs and turned them into a mosaic of a person right-clicking. No shot, dude! That's so freaking funny. Oh my god, I love that. I want to zoom in, and I can see that they're the stupid faces of NFTs. It's just ridiculous. If you have an LGBTQ-phobic family member that merely tolerates you, take them aside and explain how you have seen the light and are trying to be cishet. There are classes, but they're expensive. You want it to be a surprise to the rest of the family, so you need $8,500 to be straight. A girl's voice in game chat is more powerful than any US Marine. Fun story maybe, when I was younger, my brother was super duper into COD, and he is actually really freaking good at it. So one day, he gave me his mic headset and told me to talk while he was playing, and it was wild. The levels of salt that young men produce when under the impression that a little girl is destroying them in COD is a beautiful thing. I would pay to see this in real time. I would totally pay to see this in real time. Oh my god, don't even remind me of the days, dude. I would be sitting on my Xbox 360 playing Modern Warfare 3, the best Call of Duty, by the way, and all of that toxic BS, oh god, it rots your brain, man. So the company we pay our rent to sent out a very condescending mass email to all tenants about paying rent and forgot to BCC all emails. And now all the tenants have started a rent strike. Whelp. I hate landlords. I hate companies that are landlords. They deserve it. They can't evict all of you. This man is painting penises on potholes, so the council has to take action. This is my kind of activism. I literally said this earlier in the video. This is awesome. They call it wanksy. Good stuff. They'll get the potholes filled, and it's funny. I can look at a street and go, haha, wiener. My son's teacher has banned me from decorating my son's bananas as they were causing too much of a ruckus in class, and honestly, knowing my art caused a class of 6-year-olds to riot is probably one of the best compliments I've ever received. I wish I took more photos before the ban. Your teacher banned drawing on banana peels? Your teacher sounds like a big annoying douche. I'm not looking for a job, but I send out applications periodically just so I can ask about the salary range and tell them it's too low no matter what it is. Doing my part to get the rest of you paid. Thank you. Thank you so much. A 27-year-old Jackson, Mississippi man was arrested over the weekend for hacking into the Hinds County Human Services Department and approving all applications for food stamps. After approving the applications, he then had cards mailed out to new applicants, all totaling $2,500 each. Current cardholders were also awarded $2,500 credits. His bond was set at $100,000 and has since bonded out. More on this story tonight at 10. This dude is a straight-up hero. Like, actually a hero. Like, straight-up Robin Hood type beat. Text on a bag reads, "This text has no other purpose than to terrify those who are afraid of the Arabic language. Moe's Tavern. Loneliest man in the world speaking. Is a Mr. Handsome there? First initials I am. I am handsome. Thank you, Bart. I really needed that today. I gotta do this with my local bartenders and get their spirits up. They deserve it. They're good people." 1989. A 15-year-old boy in Indiana who acquired the alias Fry Guy accessed the mainframe of McDonald's after acquiring the password from a store manager and increased the pay rates of his friends who worked there. That's so awesome. That's so cool. Oh my god. Dude, I'm dumbfounded. That's super sweet doing that. I'm the host of yet another HGTV show about renovating houses for rich people. And when the couple comes to see their new beachfront property, I lead them to the door in blindfolds and then I have them remove them and open the front door, and behind it is nothing. The entire house is gone. I tell them I used the budget to restore the crucial sand dunes ecosystem that existed there before. Look, I say, there's native coastal strawberry. The wife asks if this is a joke. The husband starts crying. I tell them both this was in the waiver they signed. They leave. I get ready for my next property. My freaking sister got me $50 in singles and wrapped each individual dollar. The time and effort put into this joke present is so funny. If I had the actual patience to do that, I probably would. I honestly would. The more random people you see jogging for no reason, the higher the rent is going up. I heard a gunshot coming from my neighbor's yard late at night a few weeks after I moved in. I went to check it out. When I approached him, he told me he does it once every month or so just to keep the property value and taxes at a reasonable level. I'm used to it now. My annoying landlord. I pay this $1,800 every month, and all she do is complain about making too much noise walking around. So I brought a dog whistle and blow it at all hours of the day and night, and now I complain how much her dog barks and keeps me up. This is the ultimate petty move, and I applaud you. Dude, it must suck having to live like under or on top of your landlord, but this is a great way to get back at him. When Nestle refused to watch a documentary about the exploitation of African children in the cocoa industry, the documentary's director, Miki Mistari, set up a giant screen next to Nestle's headquarters in Switzerland and played it there. Yes! Get back at them. Those disgusting corporate people who work at that disgusting corporate company. I couldn't find this little girl's parents, so I trapped her with dinosaurs so she wouldn't run off while I find them. Oh, you traumatized her. You really did, but I'm glad you found the parents.